I always have this random vape thought. The kind that just shows up when you're doing nothing. But suddenly, your brain decides to host a full conference. And recently, I stumbled on one of those very uncomfortable questions people like to ask men. Can you allow your daughter marry a man like you? And I paused. Then I started thinking, okay, fair question. But here is where it gets interesting. Can we also ask women the same thing? Can you confidently say you would allow your son marry a woman like you? And I'm not even saying this from a place of judgment, not at all. Because truthfully, nobody is perfect. We all have flaws. We all have moments we're not proud of. Some big, some small, some we even pretend never happened. And some we've quietly asked God for forgiveness over and over again. And if you're being really honest, the kind of honest that does not come with makeup or filters, many of us might struggle to answer that question immediately because it is easy to see other people's flaws in relationships. It's very easy to analyze someone else's behavior and say, I would never do that. But when you turn the mirror around, that's where it gets uncomfortable. I personally don't think I can answer that question quickly. Not because I think I'm a bad person. No. But because I'm aware of my full story. Every decision I have made, every emotional reaction I didn't handle perfectly. Every conversation where I could have responded better but did not. Every situation where pride, ego, fear, or misunderstanding had a louder voice than wisdom. And when you start replaying your own life like that, you begin to realize something very important. Growth is not always loud. Sometimes it's just realizing I would handle that differently now. I'm not proud of everything I've done in my life because there are things I wish I could go back and correct. There are things I would explain better, things I would approach with more maturity, things I would simply choose not to do at all. But that is also what makes us human. So when I think about that question, would you allow your son or daughter to marry someone like you? I don't rush to answer because I understand that the version of me today is still evolving. I'm still learning, still becoming better than who I was yesterday. And maybe that's the real takeaway. Not perfection, not self-condemnation, not pretending to be flawless, but awareness. Awareness that we are all work in progress. And if we are honest enough to recognize our own imperfections, maybe, just maybe, we'll also be a little more patient with other people's journey. Because sometimes the person you're judging today is simply a mirror of a version of you have already outgrown. Or better still, you're still trying to outgrow. Thanks for watching and listening to my rant. And I will see you in the next one.